Well, good evening to all. Oh my goodness, already people in the chat room. Welcome to Reach Across Live with Paul Francis, your host on this beautiful Monday evening. It's calm, it's quiet, it's mild. That's the best way to put it. And of course, we're coming to you live from the United Public Radio Network, coming to you on 105.3, right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful town of New Orleans. Welcome to everybody. Good afternoon in the United States. Good evening to everybody here in the UK or the GMT time zone. And if you're listening in from Australia, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. Let's say hello to who's in the chat room. Maria is already in the chat room. Good evening, Maria. Good evening, Facebook user. I'm going to bring it up on the screen so you can see what I can see. As you can see, I don't see who you are. Best thing to do, out of Facebook into YouTube, go into the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium. It'll take you straight back to this show, but I'll be able to see you, and it's a lot more stable. Trust me. Kelly Durant says, "Hi, Paul. Good evening." Whoever this lovely person says, "Good morning, Paul," with the beautiful hearts once again. As you can see on the screen, I can't see who you are. Thank you for the good morning, and thank you for the beautiful hearts. Zip over to YouTube, type in the YouTube search bar, Paul Francis Medium, take you straight to this live, and it's a lot more stable, and I'll see exactly who you are. Lynn Ferns joined us. Lynn, good evening. Jackie Noon, good evening. She says, good evening, all. And Catherine McMillan, how do you pronounce that, Catherine? That your surname? Well, Macmillan I'll get because it's a very Celtic name, but Siho, is it Siho or Siho? It's beautiful, all the way from Canada. Good. What is it? Good afternoon. Good morning. What time is it in Canada? I'm not too sure. It'll be afternoon, I think, wouldn't it? Sometime around about 3 o'clock. I don't know, something like that. Once again, I've got another beautiful person coming in to YouTube. Sorry, coming in from Facebook. As you said, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. And I can't see who you are. Please go over to YouTube, go into the search bar, YouTube at the top, and just type in Paul Francis Medium. It'll take you straight back here. Straight back here to me. Wow, it's lunchtime in Canada. So good afternoon to everybody in Canada and all its regions. I'd like to say a big, huge thank you to all of the lovely people at United Public Radio Network who literally make this all possible. Thank you so much to Joe and the team, and Joe, Michelle, and Amelia. Thank you so very, very much for putting up with me and helping me so much. I really appreciate it. I want to come back to you guys and say thank you so very much too. Please, please, I'm just going to turn the mic up a little bit. There we go. Please share the show. Tell everybody we're live. Tell them to come and join us, how they can come and join us, and come and make this a fantastic show. As you know, Reach Across is all about my connections to spirit, my teaching you how to connect to spirit, and basically answering Q&A for you. So questions and answers. Please don't just type in. I was watching this on the show the other day, and Roger and Faye show. People just type in, "Have you anything for me?" That is kind of so beige, isn't it? If you have anything for me, no. If the way I see it is, if you have the effort, the energy to create a question, then spirit can help with that energy and very likely link through and come into me and help you. And remember, the question you ask can very well help a lot of other people. So it's a kind of a double-edged sword. So when you're asking that particular question, you could be helping other people with the answer all at the same time. So tell your friends and family we're live. Tell them to come and join us. I'm so up for working tonight. I've got all the usual accoutrements here. I've got the cards, the crystals, the whole 9 yards. They're all here, and I'm ready to work. So Kelly's joined us all the way from New York. Hey, Kelly, yo, what's going on? Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in, Kel. I hope you're well, my darling, and I hope everything's good is great in New York. I'm sending it out to the angels that the American tour gets sorted. I literally have sent it out to the American angels and American angels, the angels, that the American tour gets sorted out. I've said I want to start in New York. I want to fly in and I want to start in New York. I will probably do a quick zip over to Canada from New York, then go right down through the United States and finish the tour in Florida, which is the plan the last time before COVID hit. So Kelly Durant says, "Good afternoon from Minnesota." Kelly, thank you for being here, and a very, very good afternoon to you too. Donna says, "Hi from Canada. Hi from Canada. Hi to everybody in Canada watching tonight. So good to see you guys." Carrie Betteridge has just come in and said, "Hi everybody. Hello everybody." Kelly says, "What's up? What's up? Can I have a card today?" I will be doing some cards momentarily. Cal, definitely hang around for all of those who will be coming up, but later on. Also, I'm going to be discussing later on. I've got a potential date for the very first of the seminars, and the seminars will be on the. He says, looking dramatically like it's not even there. Okay, the first seminar is planned for the 10th of March. Okay, so if you want to be on there's only 10 people allowed in the seminar, by the way, guys. So it's going to be the 10th of March. Get it in your diary. If you want to book in for the seminar, the first one is going to be an evening seminar, so it starts at 7:30, probably finish around about 10:30, something like that. And it's meet your guides. So that's the very first one that's going to happen. There will only be 10 places. There will be not 11, 12, 13, or 14. There's only going to be 10. And if you want to be on one of those, let me just see if I've got one of the banners that gives my email address. Well, the website is that's the website there going along the bottom, and it's just my email is just Paul at paulfrancis111.com. So it's really, really simple. Just Paul at paulfrancis111.com. If you can't remember it, click on the website, and all the data will be in there anyway. Tina Hawkins, hi, welcome to the show. I'm so glad to see you on there. Okay, lovely Tina is in the house. Lovely to see you. Are you and Roger doing your show on Thursday about spirit animals? Kelly says. First of all, I hadn't actually told anybody that Roger was coming on the show on Thursday night, Kelly. So you jumped ahead of the game. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be on spirit animals, although we can talk about those. Primarily, what we were going to talk about was superstitions, kind of, and how superstitions link into spiritual. Like, I mean, animals play a big part of that. So it's kind of yes, Kelly, yes, and kind of no at the same time. But it's yes with an extension. That's an easier way to put it. I don't like negatives. So yes, we will definitely be talking about spirit animals and what their intentions are and how to work with them and how you should link in with them. And also some of the I because Roger is such a dear friend, and so is his beautiful wife Faye, that I would never ever disrespect them. So because Roger believes in one avenue of belief system and I don't, doesn't mean I'm right and he's wrong. But it's really, really cool to be able to debate and how some of these old sayings came about, like the magpie, for an example, stuff like that. But I'm looking forward to that on Thursday night. And so, Catherine says, question: do you have much experience with connecting with a spirit on multiple occasions? Oh no, that can happen. That can happen. And what'll happen, Catherine, is I'll get a familiar feeling. I'm not allowed to keep. I don't keep information about reads. That's once I've been, say, for example, I've been doing a group session, a TV session, a radio session, a stage session, or even one-to-one sessions. When the session is over, roughly maybe 3 to 4 hours after that, all the data has pretty much gone, with the exception of some data which Spirit allows me to remember, because at some point I may be able to use that data to teach further down the line. Now, in relation to that, I may be coming, for example, somebody might sit in front of me, and I've done multiples of thousands of reads. Somebody might sit in front of me, and I'll just get this feeling of I've seen you before. I know you. I kind of get the feeling from the energies up here. And I'll say, I've read for you before, right? And they'll go, yeah. And I go, right. I brought this person through before, right? And they're going, they'll usually go yes, but it's a familiar feel, like that feeling you get when someone sits in front of you going, I know you from somewhere, that feeling, but I get it from them. So that's when I know I'll have heard from a particular person from before. Usually the reason they'll come through is because they're in their group on their side is, well, I know how to talk to them, let me go first, and it'll come through that way. But usually what it'll do is they'll open up the energies for me to be able to bring other people through. So, brilliant question, by the way. Thank you very much for asking that. Fantastic question. So, the answer is yes. I don't necessarily speak to the same person all the time, but sometimes when I've brought, say, for example, husband, wife, brother, sister, mom, dad, grandparent through, they can come through, but usually to open up the energy so other people can come through like that. Kelly says would love to. Can we do some late night for us in the United States? Yeah, I tell you what, I could do, Kel. I could do a group session like this. Okay, if you wanted to have a group of people in, say, for example, somewhere where you guys can get around a big TV or a big computer screen, I can do a virtual group session for you as well. You know, it's not a problem. It's not a problem as long as it's planned in advance. I can actually do that. So yes. Tina Hawkins says, "Nice to see as well. Only for a few, and then hi ho, off to work we go." Oh my goodness. Catherine Macmillan says, "Spirit animals, woohoo!" Kelly says, "Saturday was a great show with Roger and yourself. I was actually in the city, and I was in my car while I was talking to you because I was waiting for my wife, and my wife was having a little bit of pampering done, having her hair done and stuff, and I took that moment, that time, to just sit in the car and enjoy a show, which it's rare these days I get time to myself, so I had that time. I was able to jump on the show and enjoy it with you guys, but it was really, really, really good. I love the way Faye said, "My God, Roger, every animal seems to bring death to you." It's like that made me giggle. I was driving home, giggling to myself. My wife said, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "Poor old Rog," and she was like, "What do you mean?" And I told her, and she went, "Well, every animal." I said, it's the culture. It doesn't mean right, wrong, or different, but I'd hate for every animal to have to bring negativity. But anyway, so yes, definitely looking forward to Thursday night with Roger and Faye coming on the show. Blessings says Artina Allen to everybody. Lovely, lovely. Uh, can you just call me too? Says Kelly. Yeah. Gina. Hi, Gina. Gina Bengston and the fox from the Fox Den has just come in to say hi. Lovely to see you, my darling. I understand you had a great show with Roger the other night, which is such a good thing to hear. Fortunately, I wasn't around to actually see it. I was kind of hoping I'd be around to be able to jump on and say hi to you all, but I wasn't. But I am looking forward to coming on your show. I will definitely sort of date out with you. So yes, we'll definitely do, and get you on this show. Okay, get you on Thursday night show. Get you to come in and you be the recipient for a change. That'd be really cool. So we get you to come on board and we'll have a talk because I know you do a lot of paranormal stuff, and I'd love to discuss that with you. And it's so good to see you in here. So good to see you. Do hope you're well. So keep the questions coming. Questions actually get the energy built up. It starts to work. I'm starting to feel like the spidey senses are starting to tingle around me right now. So I'm starting to get energy to work. I wanted to talk to you about obviously next this coming Friday. So I'm not available Friday or Saturday, or even Sunday for that matter, because it's my birthday this weekend. So we're going to take a little bit of time out to enjoy with the family, as you can imagine. So this coming Friday is yes, my birthday on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we will be spending time with the family. So I'll be out of touch the entire weekend. And we will be back then, of course, with Spirit Quest on Monday night. And or sorry, Spirit Quest is on Thursday, and then I'll be back for Reach Cross on Monday night. So Spirit Quest is the night before my birthday. Then I'm getting a couple of days off, and then on Monday night I'll be back with this show. And just to remind you that the show now gets posted to Roku TV. I don't have the address right now, but I will have that address very soon. Got to go. Chat soon. Gina, give me a quick text, my darling, and we'll sort out a date, and I'll come on. Definitely looking forward to that. Catherine says, "Have you created your own spirit cards?" Yes, I have. They're not going to be in print for about 2 months, 3 months, something like that. They're called universal cards, and I have released a few of them for people to see. And I released one was yesterday or today, I think, which is called the Angel. I have, yes, I have it, and there's more. There are more cards in my Angel. Sorry, my Universal card pack than most card packs. Most card packs around 40 odd. Mine are up in the 50s. So, Angela McKendrick, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Happy dance. Okay. Happy dance to you too. Have you ever been scared doing a read? Kelly, that's a great question. Let me just bring that on. Have you ever been scared doing a reading? Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, I remember this clear as a bell. And this was a teaching moment that taught me. It taught me. I remember doing. I was doing these sessions before lockdown. I was doing these. I started doing group sessions for families. Okay, which is fantastic because it's so much easier to read for families because when you're reading for some one person and they're like looking at you going um and they're like who am I talking about? The other family members going, they're knowing exactly who I'm talking about, so they're chirping in and it's great. So doing family group sessions is just brilliant. I love it. Excuse me. And so anyway, I always do set when I'm doing group sessions. I always split it into two. So I come in, I do Q&A with the family or with the group. I then go into doing the readings. Then I have a break. I let everybody have a break because it's just too much to keep going. Usually I'll have a wee drink and I'll chill out and I usually get some air. Then I'll come back in. I'll do a little Q&A, in other words, to say, look, it's not as bad as you thought, is it? And then finish the night off. Anyway, I was coming to the end of the first half of the show. So I'm coming to the end of the first half of the show, and I hear, and I promise, Amy Hill, welcome, my darling, lovely to see you. I hear, tell them we're getting ready to receive her, and I literally went, what? I heard them again, and they were talking. Then they put this vision in my mind of this little lady, and they told me where she was on the family tree, and I may have been given a name. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I heard it again. Tell them we're getting ready to receive her. And in my mind, I went, "Are you kidding me? Are you trying to tell me to tell them she's going to die?" And they went, and I heard Sean, my guide, go, "Paul, remember the golden rule. It's not your information." And I was like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" And then my ego kicked in, and I went, "If I get this wrong, my career's finished." And I heard again, "Paul, it's not your information." So I just took a deep breath and I went, "Okay, there's a lady they want me to acknowledge. Okay, she's not very well because they told me about her having severe mobility and severe breathing problems." And I put the names that I get out there, and I put this lady on the record, and the family all went, "Oh yeah, yeah," like that. And I went, "God, here we go. It's not my information. It's not my information." And I said, "Ladies and gentlemen, you must understand that all the information is given to me. It's not mine. I have to give it to you. You understand?" And they were like, "Yeah." Um, they're letting me know that they're getting ready to receive her. And the entire family, as if they had rehearsed it, went, "Oh, thank God." And I was scared, thinking, "Oh my God, I'm literally telling this family that one of their family members is going to die." The entire family member went, "Oh, thank God," and I was stunned. I was like, "What, was she that bad?" And me being me, I always bring in comedy to mask nerves. So I literally said something along the lines of, "Oh my God, is she that bad?" And they went, "No, no, 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 you don't understand. She has been so ill for so long, that it would be an absolute blessing for her to go and join her husband and to be out of this the stress of being this ill." Ah, gotcha. And I understood. For about 2 or 3 weeks, she passed on. She crossed over to the other side. So, but that was a scary one. That was really that was a real scary one. Oof. Anyway, Morning Bolton's joined. Great question, by the way. Thank you very much, Kelly. Fantastic question. In fact, it reminded. I felt all of the. Oh my God, come back to me just then. Let's have a look. Our guides just give us the information. Well, yeah, and sometimes a lot more. Yes, Kelly, you're right. Yes, they do, but a lot more. Kelly Louise Lewis says, "Hi, Paul. I'm new to your lives. I constantly feel." Let me just bring Kelly up on the screen. First of all, Kelly, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for taking the time out and welcome. Hi, Paul. I'm new to your lives. I constantly feel spiritual presences around me. Is it someone I know? Could you help me out, please? Okay. Well, there's two things, two energies going around. But before we go any further, I want to. I'm really pulled to my pal Kelly McLaughlin. Please don't. Kelly, I'm going to answer your question. Kaylee, sorry. But my pal Kelly McLaughlin, Kelly, just give me a second because I'm really pulled to you at the moment. I've got this older gentleman around me who's telling me to come in on mom's side of the family. Okay, and now this older gentleman telling me his crossing was a like twofold. So it was either something that something about the lungs that begins the whole coming down in health wise, and in the weakness of the body, the heart just fails. But it's caused initially by either a lung damage of some description, or it's something in the chest that afterwards the body just can't keep up because it's not strong enough. So he's telling me it's twofold. Um, and I keep seeing construction with this gentleman. So either he was involved with construction or he was involved with engineering. But I get this gentleman, although he might have looked kind of tough, he was very, very kind-hearted. That's what I'm getting being told. Okay. And there's a name like Jonathan, John, Joe. There's a J or G name. They want me to acknowledge this. Remember, when I say names, it means who they are, who's with them, or please acknowledge here on the earth plane. But there's a J or G name here that they want me to acknowledge, Kelly. And they're telling me to talk about. I actually heard the word July. They're telling me to talk about July as being significant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the seventh card, Kelly, as well. They've been telling me to tell you that there is a change coming up. It has to be something to do with work, or there's a change or moving up in work, something that increases your value at work. That's what I'm supposed to talk about. Um, it's time to do a little bit of grounding, Cal. Just so I feel that I'm just being told to say, well, it's either you've got to do a bit of grounding or you've got to spend a bit of time in nature. There's one of those two I'm supposed to share. All right. One, two, three, four, five, six, the seventh month there. Okay. Right. Kelly, the kind of feeling that I'm getting is there's a little bit of a there's a bit of sort of like toing and froing, or self judgment going on, or you're trying to figure out something as in like the next step around you that I'm supposed to acknowledge. The card that comes out is backing that up. So be honest with yourself. Look into your heart, and you will know the truth of the situation. It is safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support you and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself, Focus only upon your true desires, and they will come to you upon angels' wings. There you go, my angel. I hope that helps you out. Also, Kel, I'm going to show you the angel again because I'm being told to tell you to wear that color. Okay, if I could bring it right in, so if you can see the angel's color, that's a beautiful blue. So to either carry the blue or wear the blue, and it's going to help you out. Okay. So I'm going back to Kaylee. Yeah, Kaylee Louise. Kelly, I do hope that helps you out. As soon as I was starting to work with Kaylee Louise, woof, this energy came flying in. So remember, there's a connection to the J or G, like Joseph, Joe, John, George. That kind of strong name to be acknowledged already. Kaylee, hi Paul, new to your lives, and once again, Kaylee, thank you for being here. I constantly feel spiritual presences around me. Is it someone I know? And could you please help me out with this? First and foremost, absolutely glad to help you out, and glad to have you on our show. There are two things going on around you now. What I need, Kaylee, for you to do is I need you to answer really, really quickly. Okay, so what I'm about to say to you, I need really quick responses. So get ready with your yes, no's, or indifference. um, so, Katie, first and foremost, your sleep, is it all over? I'm getting an impression that your sleep is all over. You're up and down and up and down. Your sleep is up and down. Okay, so I'm getting an impression of that's happening. Also, and don't be afraid. There's not judgment. There's no judgment going on here. Okay, I'm being given symptoms already. So your sleep is all over the place. You're not getting really full night sleeps. But there's also that you'll find yourself getting quite sort of hacked off, or get a little bit of bad tempers, a little bit of bad moods, kind of like that. So there's that kind of going on as well. And maybe every now and again, a little bit of lightheaded going on already. So I'm getting all of those symptoms. Now, those symptoms tend to be the symptoms that come into play when someone starts down the route of their psychic ability is starting to grow. Alrighty. So it's kind of like it's almost symptomatic. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be a psychic or a medium or both. It just means that your psychic abilities are strong. Now, there's I'm being told as well that there is a lady, not very tall, maybe 5'2", 5'3", maybe something around that height. And she's in the grandmother field. That there is a maternal connection here that I'm supposed to acknowledge in spirit. There are two people with the same name. They want me to acknowledge as well. That's important, Kaylee. But the energy around you is why you're getting a familiar feeling about it. Okay, a feeling like you're not scared. It's just kind of like I know there's an energy around me, and I'm getting a feeling about it, and that's why they're kind of let you know they're around you. Now, when people's psychic abilities grow at different times and at different speeds. There's no start, middle, and end to it. You could just literally, when you feel ready to progress, you progress, and when you're not ready to progress, you don't progress. It is that simple. There is no start and finish and end date. You just literally do it. So, Katie, there is an energy around you who's claiming you. Okay, she's not very tall. I would say literally 5 foot, between 5 foot, 5 foot five. Once she crosses over, I get the feeling of she just taps her wrist for me, which means she just claims that it was her time, just her time to cross over. There is a maternal connection going on here, so it is definitely a grandmother as of such is. But there's also a Lucy, Louisa, Laura. There's a strong L name to be acknowledged as well. Um, Now, oh, Kelly Louise Lewis. No, it's not you. It's not. There's another L in the family they want me to acknowledge, and they keep telling me two names. Alrighty. So I want to say that to you. So the presences that are around you, one is literally very much a protective energy, and I want to say that is the maternal grandmother feeling. And if it's not grandmother herself, it is a lady connected on that level. Okay, but she just passes over with. It just feels to me it's just her time to go, literally. So let me just share that one with you, Kaylee Louise Lewis. So if you can come back to me and let me know if that works for you. Just let me just say hi to everybody else. Grania has come in. Oh my goodness, Grania, my darling, lovely to see you. Marlene Bolton has said, "Do you see my type?" Um, Lovely. First of all, hey, Marlene, lovely to see you. Do you see my type? I'm assuming you're saying, "Do I see your messages?" The answer is yes. Birthday weekend party on Paul. Angela says. Um, let's go on ahead. Go down. Someone is in my house, says Tina Allen. Right. Okay. Paul, I would love to hear from my dad. He passed over when I was 9. As a medium, I can't contact him. Well, that's not actually true, Marlene, my darling. You can. My both my parents contacted me. So you can, but what you tend to do is let yourself get in the way. Your own mind gets in the way. Try and release or step back from that and say to them, look, the best thing to do is when my parents used the dream state or visitation to come through to me. My dad didn't. My dad, like me, no patience. So he was in contact with me uh, within days of his passing. It took my mother 3 years to get through to me. So wow. Vanessa May, hello, my darling. Lovely to see you. Welcome to the show. When you have dreams, R. Kelly has got very wonderful questions tonight, Kelly. Thank you very much for doing that. When you have dreams of the future, is that spirit letting you know what will or could happen? Um, every medium and every psychic is different. Let me just say to you, first of all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. There's two different energies. Psychic is the will of the energy between two people, and mediumship is the energy of who crossed coming through. And those who come through from on the other side can use both. Alrighty, so that's why all mediums are psychic, but not all psychics are mediums. Secondly, of all, it is how you as the person portrays the data. Okay, um, if I'm given the information, I don't mess with it. I just give it as it comes through, because what might mean something to me will mean something completely different to you. So it is literally how it's um, portrayed. I've had people come up to me. I've literally had a lady walk up to me in a spiritual church, come up to me and hug me, and I'm like, okay. And she said, "You saved my son," and I was like, "Thank you." But I don't remember doing that. And she said, "No, no, no. You told me a message to tell my son not to go out in the car. He did. His pals went out in the cars. They crashed, and he would have been in the side where it got the most damage." And she said, "So you saved my son?" I said, "No, no, no, no. I just passed the information. You were gracious enough to take it on board." So you could say that was a prediction, but I didn't see it as a prediction. I just passed the information through. So I don't see it as predictive readings. I see it as just data coming in. So there is evidence to say predictions do come through. And I've had quite a few people say to me, "Oh my God, what you told me came true." But to be honest with you, I don't remember what I told them. On a few occasions, I do remember. Like one of my dear friends who is doing phenomenally well in the female bodybuilding world. I remember saying to her, "The spotlight will be yours. You will be under the spotlight." And of course, she's doing really well in bodybuilding, which is fantastic to see. So, dreams of the future, it could be a little bit of a head. I refer to them as heads up. I don't like calling it predictive futures, but it could be a bit of a heads up. Yes, is the answer. That's a great question. Thank you, Ken. Catelyn Lewis says, Paul, I feel a strong presence in my room at night. Could you help me out, please? Okay, Catelyn, happy to help you, but what do you want to know, my sweetheart? Because you feel a strong presence in your room, it doesn't necessarily mean that presence is in any way bad. It could be literally a family member making a little appearance just to keep up with you. to say, I'm here, don't worry. Here's the way I teach people. Okay, I teach people all over the world. Your mom, dad, your grandparents, your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, all of the people who who were here, they would have looked after you while they were here. Okay, then the answer is going to be yes, of course they would. So your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, they would have all have looked after you while they were here. When they cross over to the other side of life, what why would they stop looking after you? So if you were in kind of any kind of danger on a spiritual level, in other words, an energy coming in that was going to mess with you, do you not think they have the ability to stop that? And the answer is yes, they do. So if you are feeling an energy or a presence in your room at night, don't worry too much about it. It is very, very likely a family member paying a little bit of a visit. Here's what I would suggest you do, Kathleen, is first and foremost, I'm here to help you, so it's not a problem. If you're getting really, really worried, I will teach you how to clear and protect. Not a problem, dead easy to do. But before you do all of that, and before, say, for an example, a grandparent or a parent is making a visit to you, and all of a sudden you do a block and kick them out, think about that. So, I would suggest that I've no doubt that you've got a cell phone or a mobile phone. Start doing some filming. Switch off all of the lights in the room and put on the light on your camera and just film and just gently and just say, hey, if you're here, let me know. Okay. If you're getting a bit worried, say, listen, hey, I know you're here, but I'm getting quite scared. I would really feel better if you left right now. Under the kind of laws that we have here and the laws they have there, they have to leave. Alrighty. So they will leave. Don't worry too much about it. I promise you. The only thing spirit has over us is fear. That's it. Okay. So don't worry. And if you are worried, message me, private message me, and I will happily teach you how to protect. Okay. And we call it psychic self defense. But hopefully that helps you out, Kathleen. Happy to help you. Grania McBride says, give my hugs and love to everyone, cuz. Grania, as you can see, there she goes. She's my cuz. She is my very own blood cousin. She is a one of my family. She is my dad's sister's daughter. She's my cousin. And it's so good to see you here, darling. I have missed you, and I was weirdly because I was thinking about you the other day, wondering how you were getting on. Kelly McLaughlin says, "Gotta go back to work. Be well, everybody. Be well, Kelly, my sweetheart." And it's so grateful. I'm so grateful for you to take that time out to come in and say hi. So thank you very much for being here, darling. Catherine says, "You really rock with hearing names. I love this." Catherine, thank you. I can't take credit. I just literally passed on the data. Phil Tahoe's watching. Phil, welcome to the show. Kaylee says, "Thank you so much." Leanne Mansell. All right, that's the owl. Okay, gotcha. Um, you you also have nothing to worry about, my darling. Alrighty, so please don't worry. I get flowers, and Marlene says I get flowers and butterflies. Yes, get in there, girl. They are what I refer to as messengers from spirit. Um, the spirit can use multiples of ways of letting you know that they're around you. They can use smells, smells. They can use audio, sounds. Music is a big one that they use a lot. They can use the smells can be a fragrance used by a person, whether it be a lady, it could be a lovely a beautiful fragrance that they would have used, like a lady's. I keep wanting to say aftershave, but you know what I mean. Men will use cologne, obviously, and ladies will use perfumes. So, you might pick up a perfume that reminds you of a person. They can do that, but you also might pick up smells of cooking, or smells of tobacco, like tobacco smoke. And those are ways that they can let you know that they're around you. Other ways is like Marlene says, that you will get flowers, you will get butterflies, you'll get birds, and they'll use those as we would call those messengers or calling cards. And of course, then you'll find things like coins, or you'll find things like feathers. They're all phenomenal ways that our spirit family can let us know that they're around. Okay. Um, The thing, Marlene, as a medium yourself, I would suggest is just letting go, literally letting go. So go to bed, quick meditation. Obviously, have your guides on standby and saying, "Listen, guides, I would love to hear from mom and dad." I go to bed at night and I say, "Mom and dad, could do with your help at the minute. Give me a call, alrighty?" And then they'll usually come in and give you a call. But very often they will come on what's called the dream state or visitation. So they find that's very, very easy for them to do, Marlene. And let them do that for you. Let them do that because that is worth 1,000 reads, as you know. Tina says, I hear things and smell things. I hear things and smell things. What should I do? Who are they? Well, those are calling cards. Who do they remind you of? When you hear things, what are you hearing? When you smell things, who does it remind you of? So, for an example, are you smelling a beautiful perfume that, say, a mother, grandmother, aunt might have worn, or a friend, even for that matter? Or are you smelling a cologne that, say, a dad or grandfather might have worn, brother, husband, cousin, all of that stuff? They're calling cards to say who they are, and they're telling you they're there. So they love it when you acknowledge them. I mean, it's Christmas morning for them when you acknowledge them. So take that moment out, Tina, and just say, "Hi, listen, got that smell. If this is such and such a person, say, could you do something else to let me know you're here?" And then work from there. So it's literally a combination of little bits and pieces, like putting a jigsaw together before the picture emerges. Um, if you have that smell and it's bringing you to like a father, grandfather figure, just say, "Listen, I've just got that smell. If that's you, can you do something else to let me know it's you?" And they will. um Marlene says, "So no message from my dad yet." Trudy says, I'm a large." Why would you say you're not very large? I know you. I've known you for a long, long, long time. You're not large. Leanne Mansell says, "I feel a lot of strong presence with me." All right, you're all feeling presences tonight. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. That's good. So from all of you who got energies around you, and do you know what? It's about time, to be honest with you. They've been around you for many, many years. It's just now you're acknowledging them, and they love that. Oh my God, do they love that? I'm getting an energy moving around me right now, so I'm just literally saying, I need you to link into who it is. Um, Jackie Noon says, "Paul, I can't get spirit to step forward. I wake up every night and feel spirit around me, but they're not revealing why." Very likely because they don't think you're ready. That's usually why. The other reason why they won't necessarily jump in is they don't want to scare you, because they could very well be connected to the house or the area rather than you personally. Okay, so if there's I get this young energy around you, Jackie, a young energy. I don't feel, if I've hit my teens, it's very early teens, so like 13, 14. I don't even feel that old. I want to go around the 6 to 9 mark is the energy feel that I'm getting, but I'm getting this a younger energy around you at the moment. This energy crosses over with an illness. Okay, it's not a. I don't feel like it's a fall, crash, or an accident. It feels to me a an illness of its time. There's a strong T name here. Um, it sounds like a TRU, like Trussell or Treasure or Tressa, or like something like that. There's a strong T R name in there that they want me to acknowledge. Um, I get this energy kind of comes at certain times, so like once a quarter, or at a certain time, this energy tends to show up, and that's it trying to let you know who it is. So if you do the research on the area, research on the house, you'll find that there was a crossing of a younger energy at a certain time. That energy is trying to let you know it's around. I keep hearing bells, but I keep seeing blue bells. So they want me to acknowledge the sound of bells, but I'm seeing beautiful bluebells to be spoken about as well. Jackie, I want to say to you as well. Um, I get I one of the symbols I get is what's I call a T junction. So you're coming up a road and you come to a T junction. So you can only go left or right. So you got to make a choice. Then that's what that means. That symbol means it's time to make your choices. Okay. You can only put these things off for so long. And the feeling that I'm getting is your choice and how you're making your choices is based upon guilt. You don't want to let people down, or you don't want to hurt somebody because you don't want to choose one person over another kind of thing. But that kind of time is run out now. So it really is a matter of, what you've got to make a choice. However, the choices will take you away from one area of your life, but you're supposed to leave that area behind. Okay, it is literally an emotion of self improvement. This is how it feels, self improvement. But that self improvement will also help the family. Okay, so it'll help you, your family, and motioning forward. The area that you leave behind isn't going to take it as bad as you think. Okay, there's going to be a bit of a but then it'll all work out. So don't worry. But it is time to put yourself forward before you start making choices. But think about how it's going to affect you first, and the positivity that it's going to do for you, and that positivity rains down family and friends. People keep texting me. I keep saying I'm live. When I'm live, don't text me, but people still text me. So Jackie, I keep getting the number 8 around you, so they want me to acknowledge the 8th of a month, or the 8th month of August is significant. So the 8th of a month or the 8th month of August is significant. Birthday anniversaries connected in. I get more than one in around there. Birthday anniversaries connected in as well, and I keep getting roses. So um, the roses are significant, not just the signature of love, roses, but roses are significant to connect you to a person in spirit. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eighth card. Okay, let's have a look at what we got for you. Woo! Is this the choice we're talking about? Da, 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 da. I'm only saying that because you got a castle. Anyway, Jackie, marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, dearest one. So, right, weddings, yes, man, woman, get married, or whatever the case may be. But it also means the joining of minds, or the rejoining of ideas and thoughts. Okay, so two ideas, the marriage of these ideas can be that concept as well. So it could well be that. So whatever it is going on around you, that connection about you making your decision is going to work. Hope that helps. Jackie Gunyon. Hi, Paul. Wondering whether you have a message for me today. Best thing to do, Jackie, is come up with a wee bit of a question, and that could well lead me to one. Jane Butterworth. Hi, Jane. Lovely to see you. Thanks for being here tonight. Um, Donna says, super cool, life-saving predictions, and love you have no ego and acknowledging spirit as the messenger. Donna, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you so very, very much. Um, do you know what? It's sometimes ego isn't a bad thing. Ego gives you that energy and strength to be able to step up and say, right, listen, I'm getting these messages. So ego doesn't, it's how you use the energy of the ego. A lot of people misuse it and they get called you egotistical git. But sometimes ego can be there in a positive, and just it gives you that injection of courage to step over that line and say, hey, I've got a message for you. Okay, so it can be a good thing. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen of the world, that I'm coming to you live tonight from the United Public Radio Network. And we're coming to you live from New Orleans over the FM frequencies of 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM. So, for everybody in the United States, good afternoon and welcome. And I do hope you're having a wonderful, happy, and safe day. If you get the chance, pull in, get out of your car, hop on your mobile phone, cell phone, or computer, and come and join us here on YouTube. Type in the YouTube search bar Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you straight to our live show. Come and join us. We'd love to see you. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching through YouTube tonight, please, please, please subscribe. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon, because it'll tell you when we have live shows coming up. And of course, any new live events which will be coming up. I'll be having some new shows coming up where you guys can win stuff, like having one-to-one sessions with me, group sessions with me. You can win merchandise, all loads of stuff. So make sure you smash that subscribe and those like buttons. Make sure you do that. Angela McKendrick says, I actually get goosebumps watching you this evening. Oh, thank you very much, Angela. It's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I do hope they're good goosebumps. Faye has come in. Hi. Hello, Paul. This is Faye popping in to say hi. Roger is doing a reading right now, so it's just me. Well, do you know what, Faye? The very fact that you took that time out to say hi to me, thank you, my love. It's lovely to see you. Don't forget, you two both of you, not just Roger, join me this coming Thursday night for Spirit Quest. Um, Lovely to see you, darling. And it was such a great fun on Saturday as we debated our individual concepts of what we see. I'm looking forward to that this coming Thursday night. And as I said to everybody earlier on, I can believe one thing and Roger can believe something completely different. Doesn't mean either of us right, wrong, or different, but we have absolute mutual respect for each other. So, and that's the key, the golden key. Catherine says, do you have a favorite communication in spirit, one that really made your heart sing, that filled you with joy or changed your practice in a positive way? Wow, what a question. Do I have a memory of a read that did that for me? Yes. There are several, but the one that jumps straight to mind was I was asked to come up and do a big show at a hotel in Barnstable, which is mid Cornwall, and I went up and there was a fair audience, and 500-600 people in the audience, but this family sat right along the front row. Anyway, so as I went in, I was literally drawn to this family immediately, but I wasn't getting any information. So I kind of said to my guys, well, listen, we need to get this going. So start doing reads. So I started doing reads for different members of the audience. And then the energy I felt was over here to my left, came forward almost into my peripheral vision, and just kind of went, it's my turn. And he came right up to me. And I went, I'm coming to these 4 or 5 people in the front row right here. And they said yes. And I said, I've got this gentleman in spirit who is claiming you all, but you specifically. So I want to say, I'm gonna get this feeling this is your husband or your brother, because I get a male stands to your side. And she claimed him immediately. He claimed her. He told me how he crossed and blah blah blah. But the I mean, I'm gonna miniaturize that read, but the thing that stood out the most was he said, "Hey, I will still be there to walk you down the aisle." And she literally, the girl burst into tears, and she their wedding had been planned, and dad passed away. Obviously I didn't know that. She didn't jump up and go, by the way, I'm getting married. He just said, listen, I am going to do my duty, and I am going to walk you down the aisle. And that was the message, and that stuck with me for weeks afterwards, that even though we cross over to the other side of life, we don't let go of our thoughts and feelings and priorities of this life. We still linking to do what we want to do, and we are then given the ability to be able to make that happen. But and that ability was telling her that I will definitely be there, and I will walk alongside of you down the aisle, and it's going to be great. And that stuck with me, Catherine's, to everybody else. It was so amazing. I remember that. Oh, so amazing. Fantastic question, by the way, Catherine. Thank you so much. Um, First and foremost, Leanne says, "Hey, Paul, could this present be my grandfather?" Right. Let's have a wee look at this lovely little picture that you have of this beautiful little angel dressed in red. I'm going to assume that that's got to be Christmas time because she's dressed in the lovely red bows and the little dress. What a lovely, lovely picture. Um, who is the strong S name, Leanne, that I'm supposed to acknowledge? I'm getting S or C, so there's a strong S name or a C name to be acknowledged, and I'm getting two people, or we getting. I'm getting okay. I'm getting multiples of people talking to me now, but two people are claiming to have birthdays and anniversaries around the same time. So what that means is you have, for example, and I'm just choosing this date, January. So if somebody's birthday was on January 5, okay, and somebody crosses on January 8. So January 5, 2000, and somebody crosses on January 8, 2003. Um, that means that their birthday and anniversaries are going to be in that month for all time. So I'm getting two people with birthdays and anniversaries around the same time they want me to acknowledge. Um, there's more than one person that meets and greets you. Somebody crosses over with a massive cardio issue or a heart attack, like boom. It's like a boom, and they are. There was no saving this person. Um, I know this will not sound right, but please listen. This is how they wanted to cross. They didn't want to be a long, drawn out illness. I feel like it really feels to me like a 1, 2, 3 crossing. However, however, they are doing this. They are pointing their fingers in, which means they take responsibility for this. So they were warned. They were told you need to do this and this and this and this, or that will happen, and he didn't do this, this, and this, and that happened. So they're they don't claim any kind of like, oh my god, I wish I had have. They just claim I had a great time, I had a great life, I still have a great life, and this is how I crossed. And like, it feels almost matter of fact to me like that. But I get more than one person that comes and greets you at your home, but also greets you by wherever I'm looking over to the country. So I feel like I'm leaning on a gate or a fence or something like that, and I'm looking out over the country, and they stand beside you while that happens. Already, it's important to remember. Okay. It's important to remember that you don't have to go to a certain place to acknowledge them. I'm supposed to tell you that. In other words, you don't have to go to like a grave site to acknowledge them. And if you don't go to a gravesite, don't feel bad about it. If you can't get to the gravesite, for example, this is not just for Leanne, for everybody. Um, when you go to the gravesite, they got to go with you. Okay, it's not that's not where they hang out. You know, graveyards are not nightclubs for dead people. You know, that's just where their bodies are laid to sleep. They have other things to do as well. If you want to honor, if you want to acknowledge someone who's crossed over, sit in your living room in your favorite chair with a nice cup of tea or coffee, take their picture out and speak to them from your heart and in your mind. They get it. Alrighty. They would much rather you did that, happily, safe, and warm, and acknowledging them. You can even speak it out loud, your call, but they get that. They want me to talk about the little boy. Although I'm looking at a beautiful little girl here, Leanne, they want me to talk about the little boy. And the little boy either carries the gentleman's name, because I'm getting a parallel. So either it has the same name or carries this person's name, or birthdays. But there are two of. That's what they want me to talk about. And I'm hearing Steve, Stefan, Stephanie. There's a strong S sound. Remembering when I say names, it's important you guys understand. when I give a name out, it doesn't necessarily mean this person's crossed over. Please don't automatically assume I'm speaking of someone who's crossed over. It means, from my frame of reference, it means who they are, who's with them, or they want me to acknowledge someone here. So there's a strong S name. They keep shouting this name to me, like Steph, Stephanie, Stephen. There's strong name to be called, or strong C name. And like a name like Ian, Ivor, Ivan, like strong I with a vowel in it. They tell me to talk about the fourth month. So April is significant, or the fourth of a month is significant. So the fourth month being April, or the fourth of a month is significantly on as well. Okay. And they tell me September is significant, but September has multiple significances here. The ninth month is significant because they're telling me there's a change. So either there's a change of home, change of work, change of school. I don't know, but there's a change happening in the family for the benefit, for the better. I'm going to go with the four. That's what they give me first. One, two, three, four. Okay. Funny, the other day, somebody said to me, "What part of America are you from?" Ireland. Leanne, here's your card. Look at that. Check that out. Daydream. That's kind of like what I'm saying when you want to hear from your friends and family who've crossed over. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity. And that's you, Leanne, there. Check it out now. See? Chilling out. Hopefully that helps you, my darling. And thank you so much for being here tonight. Marlene says, I get feathers. I know. They're a great calling card. They are a fantastic calling card. Vanessa Mail says, why don't we hear from the loved ones we want to hear from? You do, Vanessa. You just haven't made the connection. Your loved ones, that you, especially if you're saying, I want to hear from X, Y, and Z, they don't ignore you. They try and let you know they're around you. They do it constantly. But we're very, very often, we've got our heads so far in the clouds looking for that huge billboard that we miss the subtle connections that they're trying to do. So the subtle connections can be literally you sitting down in a shop and you open a magazine and there's a picture of something that reminds you of a family member who's crossed over. You get into your car, you switch on a tune, and there's the tune that reminds you of them. A bird, a butterfly, a dragonfly, whatever, and they're trying to get your attention constantly. But we're looking for them literally to knock on the front door and walk in through the front door. And trust me, if that happened, you wouldn't enjoy it. The likelihood of you falling out cold is very high. Okay, so they do it often very, very subtly, usually with smells, sounds, thoughts, dreams, music, food, and calling cards such as coins or feathers or different colors, flowers, multiples and multiples of ways. But they do react and they do get in touch with you. But also remember, you got to think about it from your perspective. Do you jump every time somebody calls? Not just Vanessa, I'm talking to you, by the way. I'm talking to everybody. Do you jump every time somebody calls? The answer is no. And one of the things I was taught way, way at the beginning of my career is that spirits are not performing seals. They don't jump to call. They will respond definitely, but they don't jump to attention just because you call. And it's one of the things I was taught at the beginning, which I will say over and over and over, is it's not like McDonald's. I don't pull up to McDonald's and go, I want that one. I say, I would really like to hear from, and whoever comes through, comes through. Mediums have no control about who comes through. Marlene says, thank you, love and light, Paul. And to you, my darling. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Renee says, hey, I prayed for my aunt and uncle to be with me on my wedding day. walking down the aisle, and there were two beautiful feathers that they were. Oh wow, how cool! Thank you, Renee. That's a wonderful message, and yes, again, so very very subtle, but you picked up on it. Well done. And what a magnificent message. Thank you for sharing that. Um, Trudy, I'm a large, not a Trudy. That's my joke. Okay, I get a bit sore in the back here tonight. Um, let's go on a little bit down. Knocking noises, Teen Allen. Yeah, yeah. Knocking noises is one of their ways of letting you know that they're about. I mean, I was talking earlier to. I had a meeting this morning, and I was talking to website developers, and I was saying about how a lot of these TV shows have distorted reality about about spiritual energy and how it interacts and connects and all that stuff. Um, Remember that they only tend to make acknowledgement that they're there because they want you to know they're there, or they're responding to your request to know. Remember that, okay? Um, 90% of the time, it's them saying, "Hey, I'm here. Just want you to know I'm fine and I'm well." Remember that. Let's have a listen what Jackie says here. I was with my sister-in-law at the hospice when she passed away. I heard a door open and loud singing. Oh, wow. Cool. Um, that is an amazing place. I have absolute 100% respect for people who work in hospices and help families and especially the patients. Oh my goodness. In reality, I'm not sure I could do that. In all honesty, I'm happy to help them after they've crossed. Happy to. Um, I couldn't. My mom knew this, and my mom waited till I went to get a cup of coffee before she let go. She hung on and on and on, and I decided I was going to go up to the nurse's station and get myself a cup of coffee. And as soon as I went up to the nurse's station and got my coffee and was standing chatting to a couple of people, my brother came running up the corridor, going, "She's gone." So she knew that me seeing her go would be something that would really, really hurt me, and so she didn't let me see it, and she was right. Hey, I can have macho muscles, but no, I couldn't deal with that. Couldn't deal with her. She came through to me 3 times after 3 years, by the way, and it was only the third time I was able to deal with it. So it's not as easy as you think. But well done, Jackie, for being there. You have my absolute admiration. Amy here is saying, wishing you all a good night and sweet dreams. Today is a good day for fresh starts. See you all soon. Thank you, Amy, and be safe, my darling. Um, Trudy, my cousin, is the true rose. And my grand, thank you. We're excited about being on the show, says Arfay. Lovely jubbly. Sue Vinicum has joined us. Hello, Sue. Hello, Paul, and everybody, says our lovely darling Sue Vinicum. Let's have a look. Christine Marie says, "Hi, Christine Marie. Hi, Christina Marie. Welcome to the show." On the walking down the aisle story, you made me cry. Oh, sorry, Catherine, but I hope it was a decent cry, a nice cry. Kelly says, "Do you see spirit? If so, how? And are they wearing clothes that we bury them in?" Oh, I'm glad you got the last bit in. Are they wearing clothes? um, No is the answer. Oh, yes. Sorry. Let me break that. Let me answer that in stages. Do you see spirit? Yes. And if so, how? I will see them. I've seen them in with my physical eyes, literally standing there, and I've also seen them in peripheral. Catch them on the edge. But very often they will show them to me my third eye, so my vision in here. I will see them now, and I'll. They no, they don't, they're not dressed in what they were crossed in, because my dad, as literally, and you guys know me now. I don't tell lies. My dad was literally, we literally just lowered him down into his grave, and I stood back and I took a breath and I closed my eyes, and boom, I had a vision like that. And as soon as the vision was, it was my mom and dad dancing, and my dad was dressed in his black suit with his white shirt and his black tie and his um, his kind of 1960s haircut, and my mom was wearing a beautiful ball gown kind of a thing, and they were dancing together, and that was their big thing. They used to tell me about when they were young. Um, they were back to their best age, which were their late 30s, and they were dancing together, and I could see them dancing around in my mind's eye. So, but that's how they were dressed, and that's not what we dressed my dad in when we were laying him to sleep. Um, my dad was dressed in his football shirt, in fact. But I'm pretty confident if he'd have turned up in heaven wearing his football shirt, my mom would have went, "You can get that off for a start." She was like that. Um, but my dad missed my mom dramatically, and he spent the last weekend I spent with him. He opened up to me, and he told me how much he missed her, and how much, there was just a huge void in his life. And he asked me what happens when you cross over, and I told him, I said, look, mom will very likely come and cross you over. I'm not going to share the entire conversation with you, that's for another time. But as soon as I told him mom would be there and help him, he was happy. He was very, very happy. um so, Sue says, I'm trying to get on YouTube, but I can't. Next thing, good evening. um Trudy says, I remember you doing a reading for me a while back where you brought through a very distant name from my past. This person contacted me himself not long afterwards, and we reconnected as friends. Wow. Oh, there you go. There you go. So that was a little premonition, which I was talking about earlier, that I don't specifically do predictions per se, but premonitions can come through in the reads. And so that's really cool. I'm glad that happened for you, darling. Very, very glad. Um, Donna says, I'm trying to decide about changing work, but undecided. Not sure if the spirits are nudging me away or to something else. Do I ask for more clear? Yeah, yes, absolutely, Donna. Be very specific. Be here's let me just okay. Let me rewind a little bit. Now, let me just. I'm gonna pull a card for you on that particular question, Donna. But first and foremost, this is not me telling you anybody off. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, but first and foremost, let me just say this: Spirit is not here to live our lives for us. That's our job. But they are here to help. Okay, but they will not live it. In other words, they won't steer you left or right. But what they will do is they will steer you towards your reality, the heart, what's in your own heart. I really want to do this. Then they'll help you go towards what your heart desires. But they won't make your decisions for you. So that's why we have free will. Now, that would be the next part of what I would share with you. It's really down to what is it you really, really want. And a lot of people actually aren't sure about what it is they want. But those who do, those who are very, very, I really want to do this. You know what? I've had enough of doing that. I really want to do this. And you'd be surprised at how quickly the doors open up for you to do that. So be very specific about what it is that you want to do. And then just say, "Do you know what? I really appreciate that. Help me to get to where I want to be." And it'll happen. It will happen. Donna, I don't know if dad's in spirit, but I'm getting an older male shepherding you kind of feeling. Um, Shepherding you like a father would. Um, the impression that on the feeling that I'm being given right now is there would be no point in telling you what you should do because you wouldn't listen anyway. Alrighty. You never did listen in the past, and you probably will never listen in the future. So trust your instincts because they've always worked well for you. The instincts. I keep seeing this beautiful dog in spirit, by the way. It's either multicolored or it's got a couple of colors. Like it's not one singular color, but they want me to acknowledge having the dog in spirit. And I'm hearing a strong B name like Brenda, Ben, Bartholomew. I don't know. It's a strong B name they want me to acknowledge. Remember what I said, who they are, who they're with. Please say hi to. two gentlemen stand side by side. So these are either brothers, brother-in-law, or cousins, but there are two males stand on the same level, side by side, and I'm getting this reunited feel. I'm getting a set of wings here, so somebody was connected to aviation or an air force of some description. I have to say an Air Force for some description now because I get so many reads for people in America, and if I say Air Force, they'll get it. If I say Air Force over here in the UK, they'll get it. So I'm getting wings. So there's an Air Force connection they want to draw my attention to. Could have been a pilot for a civilian airline. I don't know, but I just get a set of wings. All right, Donna. Whatever the art thing is, um, I'm getting impressions of artistical impressions. So whatever the art thing is that they want me to get to you to do is bring the art back in again. Whatever the art related thing is, they want me to say go with the art thing. And they want me to talk about this month, February, as being significant. Okay, or the second of a month. Donna, you asked, so you shall get. Reward yourself. Look at the artistical concept here. So reward yourself. You've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keep your energy, mood, and motivation as constantly as high. Oh, sorry, on a constant high. There you go. So hopefully that helps you out, my love. Woo! Eileen Blackman's in the house. Eileen, good evening. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. How wonderful to see you. I got to watch my aunt, says Eileen. I got to watch my aunt Aileen pass away. It was an amazing experience to watch and very, very peaceful to see. Um, you could feel spirit with her. Very peaceful. See, you could feel the spirit with her. Oh, that's good to hear, Eileen. And it's really good for you to be able to handle that. I'm so cool. Uh, oh, we got another idiot jumping in here, and not so fast. That's what they're called. What a name, hey? So there's somebody calling here, not so fat. I wouldn't let them in through the door if I was you guys. They are likely con artists, alrighty. So don't bother letting them in. And by the way, I advise you guys to report them to Facebook. Okay, they are scam artists, thieves, and liars. High and the low of it. Trudy says, when I see spirit, they are often younger than when they passed. My landlady's old dog that was stiff and slow was playing in the garden like a puppy. Yeah, yeah, because they don't come back to who they were already. They're not who they don't cross over to like they were when you saw them last. They cross over all of the stresses, and I call the code of inhibitions. That's all hung up, and they get back to who they were at their best. Tina says, I won't inbox you, so don't even bother trying to scam. Good on you, girl. Thank you for that. Woo! Oh, right. So the B is dad's still alive and the collie. My dad's name is Bert. Okay, that's the B. Um, thank you for that. But I'm glad he's alive. But there's no older male connecting, but there's two males standing side by side. Remember, I say that they want me to acknowledge. Faye says, decided to join you here on YouTube. Roger and I are up to something very exciting very shortly. And is that information you should be sharing with us? As we are working on now, so I may have to leave abruptly. But anyway, whatever you do, have fun and be safe. So Donna, yeah, hopefully the information's connected in there. It's obviously connected around your dad. Sometimes you become the medium. Jackie says, I did once get a short telephone call from someone who had passed. Oh, wow, there you go. I know it's not believable. It's very believable because spirit can manipulate and work with energy of any kind. Okay, and very often phone batteries, especially, are some a way that they can manipulate and work. Uh, Yay, Donna, your art is amazing. Oh, says Catherine. Oh, there you go, Donna. You didn't come out with that one. Uh, so, where are we? Let's go down a little bit further. Donna says, "Yes, I'm a part-time artist." Well, there you go. Get focused on the art. Right. So, how do you? How do I? I got David Baird and Desiree Bridges. Baird. Anything from me? I lost both parents. Sorry to hear that you've lost your parents. I'd love a message from them, please. I'm not getting anything yet, but I'm opening my energies up for them. All right, to be able to come through. My dad's brother and nephew were very close, and there you go. There you go. So let dad know that they're together. That's the message. So thank you. It's Desiree. So mom and dad have both passed. Um, I won't lie, and I won't do untruths. Gotta leave, says Faye. See you Thursday. Faye, be safe. Tell the big lad I said hi, and I'll see you guys Thursday night. Jackie Gunyon says, "Gotta leave. Thank you so much, Jackie. I'll see you all Thursday. Don't forget to come back. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the show, and don't forget to share the show on, especially with your groups." Um, so mom and dad are both passed. Right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting an older female, but she's not recognizing herself as mom. So I won't tell any porkies. I'm getting an older female that comes in on dad's side of the family. Okay, so this would definitely not be mom. It would be a grandmother or an aunt on dad's side of the family who wants to be acknowledged. If I'm with you, Desiree, that it's literally somebody's connected to the medical profession because I'm seeing a Red Cross. Okay, so someone is or was connected to the medical profession, and they want me to talk about November or the 11th of a month is significant. So let me know. Malik comes in and says, "Sorry, am I too late for a message?" Well, you're not too late, and we've got about 20 minutes, 25 minutes left. And shared, thank you so very very much, and welcome by the way. So please continue to share the show, folks. It's very very important, and I need your help. I'm happy to be here, and I'm not happy to do the work, but I need you guys to kind of counterbalance the energy by helping me promote it, get the show out on Facebook, but more importantly, get everybody to come in via YouTube. Reason being is it is far more stable. Okay, right. So that Desiree, is it Desiree? My hobby's Nana was med. Okay, there we go. That's the female on the male side of the family. That's the energy that's coming through. It doesn't mean that your mom and dad are not here. It does not mean that at all. It just means that this person has managed to make an energy connection to me. So I want to be totally honest here and say, I'd love for your mom and dad to come through. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, your mom and dad's not coming through. It's just that this person is able to link in with me and open the energy around me. So um, I don't get a lot of time in between mom and dad's um, departure. So in other words, one went and the other one came back, one after them, not too distant. One went 1 year and the other one maybe went the following year or a couple of years after. I don't know, but I don't feel a long, long, long time. Like my mom and dad were separated from mom crossing to dad crossing was around about 18, 20 years, something like that. Um, who is Catherine or C or K name? Like Catherine, Kate, Karen is a strong C or K name. They want me to talk about, and either they want me to acknowledge somebody in the family today with eye related issues. So they keep setting my vision a bit blurry. So they want me to acknowledge somebody that's dealing with an eye related issue. The reason what they do this is they wanted to say that that's, they're very much connected to the family. There's something about the eyes that is driving me nuts here. I've got to share that as a symptom, and I'm asking them to take it away from me right now. Um, the medic is also talking about the naval person or somebody who is seagoing. Okay, because my symbol is an anchor that's showing me that. So they want me to acknowledge somebody there that was seagoing or somebody that was connected to the navy in some description. They want me to talk about the anchor. Now, this is quite difficult because there's a feeling of either an unsettlement going on here or a miscommunication going on. They want me to acknowledge something wasn't settled, or there's a miscommunication about um you know a will or something like that. I don't know, but it's important to understand that they don't really feel one way or the other about it, but they're acknowledging it being a bit of a rift in the family, which they don't like. Okay, so there's an unsettlement or something here they want me to acknowledge that they're observing, and it's kind of painful to watch because they want to see their family being totally linked and totally happy. Okay, so um, politics what we call politics of family doesn't translate to spirit. That's not how it works. They may have been very political themselves while they were here, but when they cross to the other side of life, they realize what is important and what isn't important, and they don't deem that as important. I'm hearing Sandy. Now, I don't know if that's the name or they want me to talk about Sandy, Sandy, and I'm hearing it like that. It's almost like Sandy Lodge or Sandy the person. I don't know, but I keep hearing Sandy being shouted in the background. Um, I don't who is who is David? Is David your husband? Is that your husband? Can you just acknowledge that for me, please, darling? I'll just wait for you to respond to that. Dawn says, I missed most of your show. Oh no, you haven't. You're here, darling. You're here. So Dawn, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Um, right. Well, listen, there are good things starting to happen around David that I want to acknowledge. It's kind of like let me help you fix this. Let me help you get this done. But there are good things. There are new things that are kind of or things that were supposed to have happened are starting to kind of come to fruition. I feel a general relief around your family. When I'm saying your family, I'm talking about yourself and your husband and your family. I feel that the things are just going to improve and get better because I feel a relief of stress getting on. But there's also going to be I'm seeing a for sale sign. Okay, a for sale sign is one of the signs you really want me to say to you. Okay, for me, it means in my referencing, it means significant change. That's what it means. So yes, moving house, moving job, changing business. I don't know, but whatever the change is, it's significant enough to bring with it a lot of good luck and a lot of strength. So it is one of the symbolisms you really want me to be saying to you, and it feels really, really good. Um, either you've got to be on you've either got to be on top of the blood pressure or the blood sugar, or you need to tell the family member to be on top of the blood pressure or the blood sugar. Okay. They tell me to talk about the sixth month of June or the sixth of a month is significant. They tell me number six is significant. I very often say, I very often say that the 6th month is, obviously June is significant, but it can mean the sixth of any of the months is significant. So let me just get a card. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Right. Could be well about the business change I was talking about, because the card that comes out is entrepreneur. Self employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. Hopefully that helps you out, my darling. And thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate it very much. Phil's still watching. He says, and Vanessa is here. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Dawn, you have not missed anything. Right? We've got about another 20 minutes to go, so we've still got plenty of time. Don't forget, the best way to get a read is to ask a question, because you build up energy. The likelihood of you getting a read with, is there anything for me? Not very high. It's not very high at all. With Desiree, please forgive me for getting your name wrong. With D, um, as I looked at her little icon, I felt I'm supposed to read for her, but I wasn't getting anything from anybody in spirit. So I said to my guides, "You either get somebody in here now, or we need to move on to the next person." And of course, then this energy just pops in, and it turned out to be connected to her husband. But that's the way it is. That just goes to prove that we have no control over who it is that comes through. We can ask for a particular person to come through, but I always say watch out or listen out for connections to the person you wanted to hear from. Um, but very often the people who get a read are the ones who are supposed to get a read. So hopefully that helps you out. Tina just said something there. Where did it go? Tina said, my friend's hubby passed. Her name is Christine, right? She said that on, and Dan is around her. Let's read it again. My friend's hubby passed. Her name is Christine. She, the one said hi. She's the one who said hi, and Dan around her. She asked upon. She asked up on top more. Tina, I'm either my dyslexia is kicking in, or I just don't understand what you mean there, my love. But don't be afraid, put it in there again. Um, I'm more than happy to read it again. Alex says, I feel so disconnected from my current job. Thank you. Then you need to ask yourself why. You need to ask why you feel disconnected. Is it the job that's making you give you that feeling, or is it because you are disconnected from what's going on in something else in your life? Um, we are trained as humans to blame. We shouldn't, but we are trained to. It's always got to be a fault. Sometimes there is no fault at all. Sometimes it's just that. It's just where it is. Um, I've often during reads had little indications, like I get itchy feet, and that will tell me that this person is getting ready for a significant change, is as in a movement, or they're going to be walking on strange ground. With you, Malik, I'm getting that feeling already. Now, it doesn't mean for 1 second you're going to give up on your job, not by a long shot, but it could well mean that you take on different responsibilities within that job. That could well be the case. But I do see an educational connection around you. So be prepared to be studying. Already. So this studying is going to add to your skills. That's the way I feel this is going to be. I get an energy on your level in spirit. Okay, so that means someone like a contemporary. So that means something like a husband, wife, brother, sister, cousin, friend. So on your a contemporary to you, who you are, but I get an energy in spirit who is claiming to be on your level. I get a very comforting feeling about this particular person. So, and I'm really pushing to find out who they are. I'm seeing school. So this could be an old school buddy or a college buddy, university. I don't know, but there's this person crosses over. Oh, right. This person takes responsibility for how they get there. So everybody who just heard that automatically went, "Oh my God, suicide!" No, no, not necessarily so. Alrighty. If someone, for an example, was driving erratically, lost control of the car or motorcycle, and they crash and they cross, they claim that's how they got there. They claim responsibility for that. Nothing and remotely close to crossing themselves over. That's different. But they will take responsibility. For an example, if they misused alcohol or drugs, they take responsibility for that. So taking responsibility for how they get there doesn't necessarily mean they took themselves there on purpose. So it's important to say that this person claims responsibility for how they get there, but I really feel cameo about this. So this feels to me it's going to be on a friendship level. Okay. There's a strong name like Matthew, Mark, Mary's an MA name that I've got to acknowledge. And I keep hearing the name Kevin being shouted in the background as well. So there's that name is being shouted. Remember, names mean who they are, who they're with. Please say hi to. Don't automatically assume the name I give you has crossed over. But there's a strong. I keep Kevin, and they're even showing me an uncle whose name is Kevin, so I know that they want me to talk about that name. Malik, it's not a bad idea to go on the vacation. All right, it's not a bad idea to take that little break. It's probably a good idea to take that break. Get out of the energy that you're surrounded by at the moment and go and take that little break. Okay. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be long, but go and take that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday thing or whatever it is. But it is really important to take that break. Okay. I've literally heard shuffle it 3 times, then the card on top. There you go. Malik, focus on service. Your soul desires only to joyful serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you with everything you need, but your entire focus upon staying in the stream of giving and receiving for every situation and in all that you do. Hopefully that helps you out, all right? Oh, you're going on a retreat in Spain. There you go. Make sure you do. Don't get out of it. Sue says, I'll get back to Kelly in 1 second. Sue says, hope this isn't a silly question. There's no such thing as a silly question. But you hear about dogs and cats in spirit, but do all animals go on to spirit? Yes, yes, they do. All souls, souls of everything that's alive, cross over. Okay, so I remember being on stage one night and a horse walked up to me. I still remember it, and the horse walked up to me, and then I heard words, and I was thinking in my head, "Oh, please, God, please, not like a horse standing talking to me. Don't tell me I'm channeling Mr. Red." And this horse was there, but it was making me feel that it needed to let its I don't the word owner wasn't the right name. Its friend in the audience with that it was safe, and it was claimed. So yes, um, right. So let's have a look. Can you communicate with spirit through candles? Since watching you on with my son, I'll read that again. Since watching you with my son, I'm assuming that maybe our candles are dancing, the flame is getting bigger, responding, flicking. Yes, spirit is very, very much drawn to candle light. The reason being is it's one of the pure energies. Okay, now if you for Kelly, if you in a little bit when I'm finished, or you can do it now, it's your call. But if you gently look at the candle, but stare through it, you will begin to see the aura of the candle. So you'll get the flame in the middle like that, flickering. Then you'll see like a ball around it, and you'll see like the aura of the candle. And that energy is an ability where spirit energies can interact with you. Um, I've never seen it myself. I must preempt what I'm about to share with you, but it has been known for spirit to light candles. Okay, that has happened. I've never seen it, but I have been told that it's by people of good stature that it has happened, and I don't disbelieve them. So candles are a great way of communicating with them. You can say, "Hey, listen, if you're here, do me a favor, affect the candle for me. Okay, don't blow it out, just affect it." And that's a good way of communicating. Yeah, it can happen. Kelly, alrighty, you've asked so many fantastic questions. I've got to share some energy with you, so I'm literally opening up now. I don't know whether the shall we say the world of Wiccan is your cup of tea, because I don't feel massively religious with you, but I do feel connected to the earth, to Mother Earth, to nature as a big sort of connection here, which would lead me towards the world of Wiccan. Okay, my mom was a Christian, but I guarantee you she was more Wiccan than she was Christian, because she was so connected to nature, it was just untrue. So I'm getting the same feeling with yourself as well. Now, either the daisies are a memory, or I'm supposed to talk about the name Daisy as significant. Eva, welcome. Lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, so, Kelly, the name Daisy is significant here, or daisies, as in making a daisy chain that you know you often seen young girls wear um, younger days. I'm supposed to talk about that as being significant already. I don't know whether I'm getting a pink line, so I'm getting a maternal connection here. So it's a mother grandmother figure, or a maternal connection, as in coming in from mom's side of the family. Um, I'm getting a lady who crosses over, but she crosses over with something that would normally, affect a man. Normally men would have heart attacks, or men would have aneurysms and things of that nature. But I'm getting like an illness that's similar that would normally be affected by men. Not that I'm saying women don't have heart attacks or aneurysms, but it's usually men that have heart attacks for some reason. Um, but it's something along those lines I've got to share with you. Now, I'm being told whoever the right, okay. So whoever was known as the singer or the chorist or the person who would be known for singing is being. I'm supposed to talk about that, or I'm supposed to tell you that you have the voice. You've carried on the voice. That's important. Wow. Um. So don't give up on the singing, girl. I expect to see you on Britain's Got Talent soon, or America's Got Talent, or wherever you're from. Now, I will say this though, as I look into your lovely picture, I will say this: there's a little bit of a cleanse to be done in relation to energy, okay, around you. So please do a little bit of a spring cleaning energy wise, okay. And if you go onto my YouTube channel, there are actually videos on how to clear energy. One's actually called the clearing, and how to balance chakras and how to work with crystals, etc., etc., etc. So there's a little bit of that to be done, because I'm gonna get the feeling that there was either an argument or a misinterpretation of information that has left a little bit of like soot energy around you that needs to be cleared. Alrighty. Um, I really, really want to say that this is a lovely feeling I'm getting, that your son chose you. Did you know that? Did he say that? I'm being told that to tell you that your son chose you. Okay. And don't lose your mind if he starts talking about previous lives. Okay, because I really, really, really get the feeling of old soul around this little lad. Okay. I'm going to do two cards for you. One for you, and one for your boy. And your questions have been fantastic tonight, by the way. Thank you so very much. So I'm going to do the two cards. There we go. Oh, wow. Kelly, first card comes out, and we were just talking about your son. Blessing. What appears to be a problem actually is a part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the very best way. That's card number one. Card number two, check it out. Innocence. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in the truth, and no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so that we can lighten your load. Give us your guilt and anger or blame that we may shroud you in loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. How cool is that? Hopefully that helped you. Righty. Malik says, I'm on going for a retreat in Spain. So that's a definite little break vacation we were talking about. Thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Sue is saying that's wonderful. So yes, you'll get to see your little doggies or your horse or whatever. I've had over many years that I've had so many different animals to be acknowledged: cats, dogs, birds, horses. You know, just to remind you all, it's 10:02, so we're pretty much at the end of the show. Just to remind you that tonight we were coming to you live from the United Public Radio Network, uprn.com. 105.3 to 107.7 FM from New Orleans. Thank you so very much. Thank you for your love and your support. I do hope that the reads and the messages tonight, because even though I may be giving them to one particular person, they are for you all, and even you who are watching this show after it's been finished. So please listen strong to the messages and take on board what suits you, because they're meant for you, not just to the person I'm reading for, but for everybody. Spirit wants to help all people on the earth to be able to get stronger. We'll be back, or I will be back on Thursday night. Please don't miss that. I'll be back at 9 p.m. UK time. That's 4 p.m. Eastern for Spirit Quest. And I will be joined by Roger and Faye. Make sure that you're here. And we will be debating and chatting about different things and different scenarios. But more importantly, your questions. You guys, the show is for you guys. So you guys are the kind of the primary ingredient here. So please make sure you come in and please make sure you talk about what it is that you want to talk about. And if possible, I might even be able to get you to come on the show. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, my lovely pal Kay has just come in. As usual, I missed the oh, darling! I literally have. I'm at the end of it all right now. So, oh my goodness. Um, hey, Paul, really interesting show tonight. Thank you for sharing, Catherine. Thank you for being here. How do we sign up for up and coming shows? Best thing to do is make sure you subscribe to the channel here, and make sure you hit the little bell icon and watch my Facebook page. If you're not already a member on my Facebook page, then become a member, because all of the shows are preempted on there first. But you will be, when you're a subscriber here on the YouTube channel and you click the little bell icon, any shows that are coming up, you will be notified that it's coming up. So make sure you do that. But if you'd like to be a winner of prizes, then share the show, get it out there. The more people that you get to come to the show gives you a greater opportunity to be a winner on the show. And that winner, those prizes can be anything from literally being invited to a seminar, having a one-to-one session with me, maybe getting a group session, various sort of things like t-shirts and hats, things of that nature. Maybe even a signed book. You never know. Literally, just by making sure you share the show. Now, how you get selected to be a winner is the more people that subscribe, that come through you, the more chance you have of winning. So why not? Just for sharing the show, get out there and do it. Donna says, "Thank you so very much. First time I've seen you. Thanks to Catherine for the suggestion." Well, Donna, it's been a pleasure. Please come back, and don't forget to tell your pals. Get your pals to come in and come and join us for a night and have a bit of crack, as we say in Ireland. Vanessa says, "Hope to speak soon with you. Good night. God bless, Vanessa. With you too, my darling." Jackie says, "Thank you for Marie. Truly passed on the 8th. My grandfather, truly passed on the 8th. My grandfather is Rose. You mentioned this all in Marie. Thank you. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome." So we're pretty much at the end of the show tonight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two cards quickly. All right. So you guys choose one, card one or card two. Don't bother telling me right now, or you can put it up if you want, but go with your gut instinct to which card you're going to be drawn to. So be go with your gut instinct, card one or card two. And I've got cards there. So what do you think? Are you drawn to card one? Or are you drawn to card two? Quickly go with those instincts. If you go to card number one, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you are loved and never alone. Okay, that's card number one. Card number two, the law of attraction. I say this week in, week out. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with the love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to the higher frequencies. OMG. Guys, I have literally reached the end of the show. If this was my own show on my own network, I could stay on for another half an hour, but it's not. I'm on a fantastic network called the United Public Radio Network. There was huge thanks to Joe, Michelle, and Amelia for making this happen. I will be back on Thursday night. Make sure you put that in your diary at 9 p.m. UK time or 4 p.m. Eastern. Come and join me for Spirit Quest with my friends. We'll be here and come and be a part of the show. Come and learn. Come and discuss. You will learn from us. We will learn from you. So let's call that a date. Thank you so very, very much for being here, guys. Thank you for your support. Please continue to share the show, share it with your friends, share it with your families, and invite them all to be back here next Friday, next Thursday, sorry, Thursday evening for Spirit Quest. And then, of course, I'll be off for the weekend and I'll be back on Monday. In between here and Thursday, don't forget you got Roger and Faye show, which is Latino Psychic Visions, and that's on Wednesday night. And then you will have Roger and Faye on Saturday as well. But I'm no doubt they will talk about that. Be safe. Have a fantastic day or evening, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Look out for each other and be well. Alrighty. Good night.